Hey there folks, I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. Actually, I'm a little bit past due on this. I was going through some comments the other day, and Krusty, thanks for pointing out and reminding me that I do the Extra Life video every year, and it reminded me that I didn't do an Extra Life wrap-up this year. Had a couple of other things going on at the time in my life, and just kind of slipped my mind until today, well, a couple days ago. Anyway, quick thing on the Extra Life. About 3 years ago, I had set the fundraising goal for it at $750. We hit the $750 goal, and I did the potion of nastiness, a little incentive that I throw out there every year. So I thought with the way that the fundraising was increasing every year and the fact that we hit the 750, maybe it was time to up the ante a little bit. So I went to a $1,000 goal for 2020. 2020 we raised $705, and I was like, okay, maybe the COVID thing hit people's pocketbooks and we're not doing quite as good on the donation, so 2021 will be better. I kept the goal at $1,000 and we raised $650, so that was not the direction I was hoping it was going in. I'm thinking that next year, for 2020, well, this year now, at this point we're a quarter of the way into the year, more than that because it's almost the end of April. Maybe the chances are game day will be around November, so 7 months from now, a little over half a year from now. Maybe we'll drop the goal back down to 750, see if we can hit that again. Because I know the less chance there is of a payoff there, the less chance people are going to be encouraged to donate. So we'll toy around with that. I'll see what I'm doing. Either way, I'll get you guys a video prior to game day. Probably try to get at least a couple of months ahead of time to let you know what the deal is for this year. But yeah, since we didn't hit the fundraising goal last year, I'm just gonna treat myself to a little something. I did rummage around in my beer closet. I still don't have a cellar, and I probably never will because this house does not have a cellar. We're on a slab. It's double wide. Nothing fancy, folks, but it's what I could afford. Anyway, so I rummaged around in the beer closet. Nothing quite struck my fancy. So I said, instead of getting out one of the aged bottles, we'll just grab one of the liquors that I keep up in the special cabinet where the expensive and or less commonly found stuff is. So we're going to do some Fred's Pumpkinhead Spirit. It's done by Shipyard Brewing. It's handmade, 70 proof, 35% ABV. It's a bourbon whiskey with natural flavor and caramel color, and spirits distilled from grain and hops with natural flavor added. So it's kind of goes hand in hand with their Pumpkinhead beer, but the distilled grain and hops gives this a very distinct and different flavor. I've got a full review of it out there. You guys can check that out. But yeah. Delicious. And it's got that odd taste to it that I just can't put my finger on, but it's got to be the hops. It's got to be the distilled hops because it's just this, it's not bitter like you would expect hops to be. It's almost like earthy, floral, and grassy. All those hop esters condensed down, and it changes into something different. But it's pretty awesome. And I love it, which is why it goes up in the cabinet, and it's a treat once in a while. And now just to look back on Extra Life game day this year, even though we didn't hit the fundraising goal, it was kind of fun. We did Untitled Goose Game. That was pretty cool. Tried to do some, what was the one with the amorphous blob? That game. shit. Anyway, it was fun, but it kept crashing on me. After the fact, I found a way to get around that. I just didn't save at that particular point. I managed to get through the rest of the game. Damn, what the hell's the name of that game? Anyway, and Krusty hung out for a while. Some other folks hung out here and there. It was pretty cool. It was fun. I still enjoy doing it. It was a 24-hour gaming marathon. The new chair worked out pretty well. I knew I had to get a new chair because the old, really comfy moon chair that I used to use for gaming, turns out after 3 or 4 hours in that these days, my back decides to go all wonky for at least a couple days afterwards. So, yeah. In 8 years of doing the Extra Life thing, we've raised a total of $4,030. And it's over $4,000. Like $500 a year if you average it out. Some years are better than others. First year was only $150 in fundraising, and then it's been, increasing since then. So, worst case scenario, Barbara Bush Children's Hospital is getting some donations. It is what it is. It's a small amount compared to their annual operating budget, I'm sure. But, if we were Children's Miracle Network Hospital, a little bit extra money, nothing wrong with that. And I figure it's like the one nice thing I do all year long, so. The rest of the year, I'm kind of a selfish asshole, so. Anyway. Yeah, like I said, sorry it took me so long to get the wrap-up done. But it's here now. Looking forward to this year's game day. And hope to see you guys there.